Twitter user puts Tony Stewart in his rear-view mirror.
Oh, this should be good. I'm sorry, but Kaepernick7 needs to learn the fact about police before running his dumbass mouth. He has no clue what they go through. Hashtag idiot. I know a few police officers. I know a few of them, and, yeah, they love it. They just love it when they see pictures and videos floating around the internet where people go, what do we want? Dead cops! What do we want them? No! Yes, they're just so satisfied with that, yeah. So, yeah, that's real nice of you guys, man, yeah. Dead cops, man. I could not have asked for anything better than that, honestly.
I'm not sure what the fact is here, but okay, sure. Let's see what his followers think of this tweet.
Didn't you kill a guy? Wow, what an in-depth criticism. Man, so much nuance, so much information, so much background. I'm just enriched with fucking information, man.
It's worth pointing out that Stewart never addressed that Velasquez's question, perhaps more entertaining than the sick burn, or the fights that spiraled from the internet.
Yeah, this guy is quite the fucking big shot. You killed a guy. I've made several videos about this in the past. And still, I just find it absolutely appalling, among other things, that people can still say with a straight face that Tony Stewart intentionally murdered Kevin Ward. Now, I can understand if you're going to say Tony Stewart accidentally caused the death of Kevin Ward Jr. Oh, but that's what no one says, is it? No one says that. It was 100% intentional because Tony Stewart's had a bad past.
He's been a bit of a hothead, getting mad at people, and being, sassy in an interview is completely equating to, killing someone on purpose. Yes. Rational. That is a rational conclusion. I originally wasn't going to make this video because I'm just so sick and fucking tired about talking about this. I haven't talked about this in years. Honestly. I haven't talked about it in years. And I'm still sick and fucking tired of talking about it. But then I saw this.
Question possibly more appropriate for a Margery mailbag. Is there a dumber set of North American sports professionals, I can't really use the term athletes here, than NASCAR drivers? NFL players have to learn hundreds of plays and the behaviors of hundreds of opponents. One doesn't have to be quite as bright a star in the NBA, but potential returns to intelligence are perhaps higher than any other sport. NASCAR drivers? Beyond nerve. Is there anything that they really need that desperately?
How about fitness? Can you handle G-forces of up to 5 Gs for 3 hours straight? Can you? Without fucking passing out and crying because you're in so much pain. Oh. Yeah. Oh man, it's so easy. All you do is turn left. Woo-hoo. Yup. Oh, there's nothing else that has to do with NASCAR. And man, football is so difficult. Can you imagine how hard it is to be a quarterback? I mean, this is what they do. This is what a quarterback does. All right. Blue 29. Hike. Oh. Darn it. Incompleted pass. Well, let's go sit down for another 30 seconds and prepare for another 10-second play. Oh, man. It's so physically demanding to be a football quarterback when you gotta throw a football. Not even more than once, for a play that lasts 4 seconds if you're a quarterback. 4 seconds. Once the ball leaves your hand, you're practically done. Oh man. Oh, it's so tough. Oh man. How will you ever survive, man? So much goes into it. Oh my God. 10-second plays. Every 30 seconds, 30-second intervals between 10-second plays, and then, fourth down. Well, let's go sit on the sideline for 7 minutes. Man, this is hard. Man, this is demanding. Yeah, I'm not knocking football, but if you honestly think that football is so fucking complicated, you throw a ball, you run a ball, you kick a ball. It's so hard. How about the NBA? Step 1, be tall. Step 2, question mark. Step 3, profit. I'm just saying.
Pro golfers tend to be knobs, but at least they have to understand mechanics very well.
Oh, yes. Because a race car driver, oh, they don't know shit about mechanics. But the vitriol doesn't stop there, because of course it doesn't. We gotta take to Twitter, because that's where intelligent arguments take place. You know, comment section of a Google.com Deadspin article, nothing compared to the intellectual quarrels that take place in the wonderful world of Twitter.
Y'all remember when Tony Stewart killed someone on purpose?
Y'all remember when a pothead ran onto an active racetrack in the middle of the night trying to jump onto the car of Tony Stewart, who, may I remind you, is driving a car with this much visibility out the front and the turning capacity of a bathtub on wheels? Yeah, they always forget that part. Always forget that part. Tony can't help himself. He's not even sorry for killing Mr. Ward. Need I continue? They don't care. They don't care. They don't care about facts. They don't care about nuance. They don't care. They've chosen their narrative and they're running to the end zone with it. Let's bring it back to football. Fuck everyone.
Tony Stewart can relate to cops because he killed a guy on the job and got a paid vacation.
Yeah, because, you know, he wasn't making press releases about feeling so fucking down in the dumps or anything. It's not like this incident shattered his entire life or anything, you know? How he was so, oh man, he's so intentionally, he killed him on purpose, on complete purpose, with no remorse, except for all the fucking remorse they showed him the days after the incident. Oh, they never talk about that, do they? Never talk about that. I mean, there's really not much beyond that. That's like the extent of what everyone's saying. Because the fact of the matter is that when this all happened, people decided to make their bed and they just said, you know, I'm just gonna accept this without any, critical thinking, nuance. I'm just gonna agree with this. And what happens? What happens when that happens? Oh, 2 years later, they bring up the incident again and pretend like, oh my God, this bad man, Tony Stewart, he killed a guy. Oh. No, man, that's so sad. He did it on purpose. He willfully murdered you. Listen up. The fact of the matter is that Tony Stewart did indeed run over Kevin Ward Jr., resulting in Kevin Ward Jr.'s death. The problem with your assessment is that Kevin Ward Jr. was high, running onto a not lit racetrack, around cars, 2 other guys, barely missed hitting into him. There's no changing their minds. It's done. It's done. I think that we should, in these cases, be like Tony Stewart. Because Tony Stewart has taught us that if it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, don't give a shit about it. Because They're not going to change their minds. There's no point in arguing. There's no point in even thinking about it. There's just some people in this world who are so hapless and tasteless and defamatory that they decide that they're going to lock nuance in the closet and have their way with it in a couple of minutes. But beyond that, they're not going to change their minds. So there's no reason to care. There's no reason to think. There's no reason. Just point is, Kevin Ward Jr. Died because of his own stupidity, and that's just how it is. And no amount of Twitter feud is going to change that. Tony Stewart was acquitted by a jury for this reason, because the facts say it all. And that's all I gotta say. So, I'll be sure to join you again next year when the next third anniversary of this shit comes up again, because you know it's gonna. You know it's gonna. So, yep, I'm done. Bye!